Hello and welcome to Fierce Gaming, and today we will be ranking every single Fortnite season in Chapter 1. These rankings will go from the worst Fortnite seasons to the best. Note that these are just my opinion, so don't take anything too seriously. So, let's get straight into it. Season 1. The game just started off and many people started to play. At the time, it was a new battle royale that competed with PUBG. Many people found the game very fun because of the map and weapons, but Fortnite really didn't change anything in this season. Not that they had to, considering it was a new game, but when comparing it to other seasons of Chapter 1, we could definitely see some flaws. There were basically no updates to the game with new weapons or small map changes. The map just needed more to it. There were many open spots that didn't have enough action. This season also didn't introduce a battle pass where players could unlock skins by completing challenges. Although this season had some weaknesses, it is definitely one of the most iconic seasons in Fortnite. Season X. Arguably the worst season Fortnite has ever seen, Season X was truly a bad season. With Epic introducing mechs to the game, players would find themselves rage quitting. Fortnite was definitely losing some of their OG players in this season, which caused them to actually add in Dusty Depot and the factories back to the game. It felt like Fortnite was panicking, and the game didn't feel like what it had been in the previous seasons. When Fortnite also added the Rift Zones, it wasn't a great addition considering that it wouldn't allow players to build and sometimes shoot their weapons. It felt like the game had so many different aspects to it, which made it chaotic. Season 9. This season introduced the futuristic theme of Fortnite, which was very different from what Fortnite was like in Season 8 with the Pirates and Jungle theme. It was definitely a big switch. I do have to say the Battle Pass in this season had some cool cosmetics, but the map changes and weapons were just not great. The Neo Tilted and Mega Mall locations were unique, but so different from the season before. Not to mention the combat shotgun was insanely overpowered, with players not even able to stand a chance playing against it. I do have to say the slipstream was pretty good for transportation, but it did almost make it impossible to get a kill since people were constantly escaping through them so easily. Season 6. The season that some would say led to a mini downfall of Fortnite. The reason for this is because of the zombies that were introduced to the game. I found that the zombies weren't honestly too annoying, but they did affect the quality of your gameplay. The Battle Pass honestly introduced pretty cool stuff, including the pet back blings and the unique skins such as the Giddy Up. I thought the season was pretty good, but it did have some minor changes that made me not like it. First of all, the shadow stones that were introduced were kind of overpowered. Players would be able to sneak up on you and kill you at almost any moment. I thought that in the season the game was a little chaotic, but it did have some pretty awesome cosmetics. Season 3. Probably one of the most memorable and popular seasons in Fortnite, Season 3 had a lot of enjoyment. The game had item updates almost every week consisting of the Portafort, C4, guided missile, vending machines, clingers, and even Fortnite Mobile. But Season 3 did lack map changes. After such a big map update in Season 2, Fortnite probably found that their game didn't need a huge update again. Since the numbers were also going up, there was no need to do so. But this still makes this season have less map changes than most of the seasons in Chapter 1. The Battle Pass was also probably one of the best of all time with elite emotes and skins. But the lack of map changes doesn't really make this season too bad considering that Epic actually cared about the items that were released into the game. Season 8, The Land of the Pirates. The game was at an awesome spot in this season. The transportation was really good. We had ballers, quad crashers, and even pirate cannons. The Peely skin was introduced, which is an all-time favorite for many. And the Battle Pass was still pretty good. In my opinion, it was a pretty underrated season, and the weapons like the boom bow were crazy. There was also a very good amount of items and POI updates throughout the season. It seriously was a good season, and I do think it deserves to be high on this list. Season 5. Now this season really had a great map and battle pass, but did have a lot of problems with the weapons. Many streamers would get upset because of the amount of SMGs were in the game. The compact SMG was insanely overpowered, not to mention the minigun on top of that was insanely brutal. These SMGs were almost like snipers. But regardless of the SMGs, the map was in a great stage. Paradise Palms, Dusty Divot, and Lazy Links were all of the great POIs that were added. The Drift skin and the Summer Splash were honestly so fun. The birthday update was also extremely fun during the season. Season 2. Now Season 2 was great considering that it brought us a great amount of POIs such as Tilted, Haunted, Junk Junction, Snobby, Shifty, and Motel. It also introduced a great battle pass which had 60 tiers. The one thing that was difficult about this season was completing the challenges for the battle pass. A great amount of people who purchased the battle pass didn't actually complete the whole thing. When comparing it to other seasons like 4 and 5, the battle pass was much easier to complete. The game was truly fun during this season considering that it was during Christmas of 2017. The map changes, including Christmas trees and different Easter eggs, made it extremely festive and fun. I think that the season was a major improvement from Season 1. Season 7. It's Christmas 2018 and a new season comes around the corner. We've received new POIs, including Frosty Flights, Happy Hamlet, and Polar Peak. We are now even able to fly planes around the map. The weapons were decent, but some of them were just too overpowered. The Infinity Blade, which was released into Fortnite, was almost impossible to play against. Even though it was only in the game for a small amount of time, it definitely made people rage quit. Also, the planes weren't favored by a lot of people. But there really aren't too many negatives to this season. The Battle Pass had to be one of the best of all time, and the map was in a really good spot. Season 4. Last but not least, in my opinion, the greatest Fortnite season of all time. After just being hit with a meteor, the Dusty Divot POI was added, and Risky Reels was also added. The weapons and vehicles weren't overpowered, and the game just felt really fun. We also had the first live event at the end of the season, which was the rocket launch. I have to say this season is probably a lot of people's favorite. Nothing was too overpowered, and there were a great amount of updates. That being said, thank you guys all for watching. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Make sure you do so you can come back here for more content. Peace out, everybody.